First tournament? Train your mindset with these preparation tips. How to prepare for a successful pickleball tournament. Have you been bitten by the pickleball tournament bug? I understand the feeling. Once you've experienced the thrill of playing at a high level against other people, it can be difficult to stop. It's tough to fight off the pressure to perform well and achieve Olympic glory. You've found the ideal spot if you want to learn how to maximize your chances of success. If you're just participating in the event for fun, you may still get the most out of it by giving it your all in practice. I'm not only going to talk about how to prepare for a tournament physically, but mentally as well. Let's get started. So if you love pickleball and want to learn more about it, just take a second to subscribe. Press the bell icon so you don't miss any of our recent videos. In today's video, we're going to talk about the best tips and tricks to prepare for a successful pickleball tournament. Now let's get right to the video. Make sure you pick the right partner. The first and foremost thing that you should learn in pickleball tournaments is how to play with certain kinds of partners and what you should look for. It's important to play with people that are similar to you. But in a more competitive game, this is amplified even more. If you're participating in a huge official pickleball tournament, finding the correct kind of partner is crucial. What you need to know is to locate someone who will support you in your endeavors and who will hold you to the same standards you do. This has massive implications. Even though you already know this, a good place to start is to look for someone who has a comparable skill rating as you do. As a result, you and your companion will be on roughly the same skill level. However, what matters most are the intended outcomes. First, you need to ask yourself why you want to compete in pickleball events. For what purposes are you using them as a playground? Depending on your responses, you'll be matched with different types of gamer. If all you want to do is kick back and enjoy yourself while playing and watching the games of others, then pick a partner who has the same expectations. But if you want to win and, well, win some more, you know what I mean. It's not ideal to team up with someone who's extremely competitive and just cares about winning. If you just want to have some lighthearted fun, the two of you will be miserable. Practice in similar conditions. Let me be the first to inform you that a pickleball tournament is nothing like a casual game. Recreational or open pickleball is a great way to unwind and have fun with new people. However, pickleball tournaments are a whole other ballgame. To be clear, I'm not arguing that competitive pickleball can't be entertaining. It's not the truth to that at all. However, competing in a competition for the first time will be an entirely new experience. For this reason, it's recommended that you simulate the tournament environment throughout your practice sessions. Additionally, it eases the pre-match anxiety that many competitors experience. If you want to do well in the event, there are 3 guidelines you should try to stick to during the week leading up to it. To engage in a game with one another, use the official tournament ball in your games. Play solely in the great outdoors or the comfort of your own home. The role that the environment itself plays is the most crucial of the 3. If you've never played in either venue before, you should know this. You usually play on a hard indoor court, but have an outdoor competition next week, you may struggle. Make sure you practice in the environment in which you will be playing, whether you intend to play only one style or both. Most tournament directors will have the ball selected many months before the competition starts. It's a good idea to practice with a chosen ball so you can become accustomed to the many changes it will bring to the game. You should involve your partner in your pickleball practice sessions as you experiment with different locations and equipment. Nothing beats good vibes on the court in the lead up to a tournament. Talk about any last-minute details that need to be ironed out before the big game. Will you be stacking? When hitting shots down the middle, how far should the forehand player aim? In what order will people be served? The more of these questions you can answer in advance, the more prepared you'll be for the day of the event. Pack everything the night before. Okay, now it's time to start actually getting ready for the event. Please remember to pack all of your tournament essentials the night before the big game. That's something I should have done before my first competition, but didn't. I was in such a hurry to leave that I neglected to take certain necessities with me. Also, if you prepare the night before the tournament, you'll have less anxiety. I can state with absolute certainty, based only on my talks with other people, that the vast majority of players have tournament nervousness. This is perfectly typical. You can calm your worries and get a better night's sleep by getting everything ready the night before. If you're wondering what to bring, here are some suggestions. Do not forget to bring along some spare attire. You may be shocked to learn that a pickleball tournament requires twice the effort of regular, open, or rec play if you've never participated in one before. This is a very harsh situation. There will be a lot of sweat involved in all of that effort. It's important to carry along some spare clothing, and I usually do so by bringing along 3 or 4 extra shirts. Gold medal match is hardly the time to show up dripping wet. Extra socks and a pair of sandals are other useful items to have on hand. If you want to avoid getting blisters or hot patches on your feet, wearing sandals during and after matches is a great idea. Bring along some extra wash clothes. I recommend bringing a towel to every pickleball game if you aren't already the type of player who does so. It prevents sweat from running into your eyes and, more importantly, keeps your paddle handle dry. Don't forget that, like I said, your first few tournament bouts would cause you to sweat like crazy. You should brace yourself for something somewhat more extreme than usual. Carry additional canoe paddles. Pack an additional paddle if you happen to have one lying around. The unexpected can happen at any moment throughout a competition. During a routine warm-up with your partner, you and the ball might simultaneously cross the net. When I was 13 years old, this happened to me right before a golf competition. As I was getting my driver ready to go, I felt something incredibly odd and unpleasant in my hands. As I normally do, I glanced up at the ball and noticed that my driver head and the ball are traveling together. The situation was terrifying. Never give that kind of stuff a chance. Make sure to have an additional paddle on hand. Get fueled. The level of competition in a pickleball tournament is far higher than that in a casual game. Considering that, you have fuel in your body in a way that would give you the best possibilities of success. I realize that having breakfast is hit or miss for a lot of individuals. If you eat something before you play, your stomach won't start growling until lunchtime instead of earlier. Having something, even if it's just a granola bar, is preferable than having nothing. When it comes to consuming food later in the day, remember that the tournament committee may be offering lunch to players. They may even feed you breakfast if you're lucky. Just make sure you know the details so you don't start a match with an empty stomach. Unlike liquids, food isn't life or death. Getting enough water is vital to keep your body working, especially if you're playing outdoors during the spring or summer. The key is to not start hydrating right after or right before the first match. It's advisable to start your hydration the moment you get up in the morning. Regardless, no matter if you drink coffee or not, you should be drinking water the instant you wake up. Due to insufficient water intake, dehydration is common in Western societies. On tournament day mornings, don't be caught sleeping in. How to deal with tournament nerves. This is related to what I said before, but it's worth restating. Most pickleball athletes have jitters before competition. It's quite normal. Tournament nerves are unique in that it might be difficult to tell if someone is experiencing them or not. In fact, I can almost ensure that if someone is watching you warm up, they are thinking, "Wow, that player looks so relaxed," despite the fact that he might be terrified right now. Hey, I'm no expert on psychology, but I do know a thing or two about anxiety. Tournament nerves are really just nervousness. If you suffer from anxiety, your brain may mistakenly believe that you are in danger, fight or flight situation. The challenge is figuring out what it is and then convincing your rational self that it no longer poses a threat. When coupled with deliberate deep breathing, this is a tremendous aid. Preparing yourself mentally. We could spend all day discussing how to train your body for the event, but it would take all year to cover everything that has to be covered in terms of mental preparation. Now we're getting down to business. The outcome of a pickleball competition often comes down to these kinds of points. Having reasonable expectations is the first step. Your expectations for the tournament should be realistic. You and your partner are merely there to enjoy a little friendly competition and fun. Keep in mind that pickleball is a sport with significant variations between open play and tournament play. The former is a game, while the latter is a contest. Constantly, I remind my students of this. You can hone your skills in open play, but it's in tournaments that you'll really learn what it takes to win. So, how do you prepare before a pickleball tournament? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow picklers. Also, if you love pickleball, then make sure to watch this next video on our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.